So 6 things that you might do that totally puts the rich man off. What can they be? Now first, a little disclaimer. Now I'm not here to offend anybody. I'm not saying that if you do any of these mistakes, you're a bad person or you are somebody and that I'm so much better than you. Not at all, girls. I have actually done some of these mistakes that I'm going to mention and I have learned the hard way. So I thought it would be fun to share a video with you because I have done a lot of research with rich men in terms of what they like, what they don't like, what turns them on, what doesn't. I've always been interested in picking the man's brain for some reason. So when I used to be single and I used to date a lot of wealthy men, I used to always kind of investigate a little bit, kind of see what they like and so on. And now when I'm in relationship, I still do it. It's just one of my kind of pastime hobbies. I just love picking the brain of men, and especially rich men. They kind of fascinate me somehow because I know that rich men are a little bit different from what I call the average Joes. So I want to know everything about rich men, and after many years of experience, I feel like I've gathered a good amount of data to be able to share this kind of research with you. So that's basically what this video is all about. I'm here to give you a few pointers. Maybe you do them, maybe you don't. But there's nothing personal against you, so before you get a bit warm in your fingers, start typing away some hate to me, just understand that it comes from a good place from my heart. I am here to empower women. I want to help women to become the best versions of themselves and transform their lives and enter high society. And one more disclaimer, because there is one thing you have to be aware that I just speak about the general group of rich men. I am generalizing now, rich men, because in the category of rich men, you have a lot of subcategories of different types of rich men. So basically that means that all of the points that I will mention to you, there is actually rich men who's totally into that, weirdly enough. So you will have rich men who maybe like some of these points that I mentioned. But that's just the way it is. People are different. But I'm just giving you the bigger picture here, the overall generalized version. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, welcome. If you enjoy the finer things in life, you will definitely enjoy this channel. And make sure you hit that notification bell because you will get a notification every time I upload a video. And that happens once or twice or a few times per week, so don't miss that. Anyway, let's go straight into the first topic. Number 1, nail polish. Girls, I have spoken to affluent men, and you know what they say? They really don't like when women do not wear anything on their nails, even if their nails are manicured. They want to have some form of nail polish, even if it's some pink or beige or anything, as long as there is some nail polish. I kind of understand though, because I don't know about you girls, but me personally, I cannot wear my nails, my fingers naked. I cannot wear them all natural. I just feel, I don't know, I feel naked. Something really big is missing. I don't feel like I'm ready, you know what I mean? So I do get that, and of course you have some guys that are into girls who don't have any nail polish, but really a majority of rich men, they really value well manicured nails, beautiful nails, colored nails, regardless of color, but as long as there is something there, and they trust me, they look at your nails. You think they don't, but they do. So number 2, women who are constantly on their phones. Now, okay, this might not be something that just concerns rich men, but I've spoken to so many rich men who bring this up as a reoccurrent annoyance in them. Maybe because rich men have some form of bigger ego that they want to always be in the center of attention. I don't know. But I know that this bothers them, when the woman is all the time on WhatsApp, on Instagram, taking selfies, taking pictures of stuff, whatever, and kind of not giving him the attention. And the thing is, when we are with rich men, we do have to strike this good balance, We kind of have to find the right balance where we strike their ego, yet our mysterious, kind of laid back self, because we don't want to be too eager, of course. But you still have to give men, rich men, some attention. And being on your phone all the time is, first of all, rude. Girls, that is like against all form of etiquette. So if you want to be a lady, you don't stay on your phone. You put that away, put it on silent, whatever. Number 3, wearing too much makeup. Now, some makeup loving women will probably be a bit annoyed because they think that I basically talk down on makeup. That is not true. I am not saying that you should wear your face naked, no makeup, all natural. Not at all. Like, of course, you should wear makeup, you know, but just like don't wear too much. When I've spoken to men, and especially after I've created my online training business for women, and I asked the men, like, what advice would you give women, you know, that bothers you? And they always say, like, why do women have to wear so much makeup? And I mean, you kind of have to understand that, of course, if you are really turning yourself into somebody that you really don't look like, and you have like really thick layers of makeup that when you are walking in daylight and people can see that, that just doesn't look very elegant and just looks so obvious. I always say, like, definitely wear makeup, like experiment, have fun with it, but just make it like make sure it just doesn't look too much. It's really just that simple. Have fun, just make it tasteful. Like, classy women are all about keeping things tasteful and never too much. Nobody wants too much of the good thing, right? Okay, so number 4. Now, I actually spoken about this with some of my rich male friends who have shared to me like horror stories of when they have met girls, let's say from like Tinder or dating apps, whatever, and you kind of don't know who you're expecting. But actually, sometimes rich men have told me that they have even like, you know, if they met some women like in a restaurant or a bar or whatever, and then they exchange numbers, and then they met up like on a proper first date, and like in a very nice high-end place, like a beautiful restaurant, and the woman walks in like dressed like a like dressed like super slutty. And I mean, listen, I am all about female empowerment. I don't want to bash other women, look down on other women, etc. This is not the purpose here. But it's something about like dress appropriate to where you're going. You know, there is usually a dress code where you're going. If you're going for like a first date, or you're going on a dinner, you know, or to a fancy restaurant, you don't come in like clubbing outfit with mini skirts and short skirts and your breasts all out. It's not classy, like it's really not elegant. And the thing is, like, men, they do feel bothered by it because the women in the man's eye, not in reality, is seen in his eye as an extension of himself. So you are a representation of himself. And wealthy people are very much concerned about their image and how they are perceived. Especially like if they have high power, high status, they are well known in the society. They cannot be seen with girls who, you know, have skirts that barely cover their behind. Think about that. Like, dress more conservative, dress a bit more elegant. It's just going to help you secure the big fish, you know, the big whales out there. They are very cautious with what you wear. Of course, there are guys who love slutty clothes on women, but those guys are usually a minority. And oftentimes, guys, they usually love that more for their own pleasure. In the bedroom, it's fine. At home or whatever you are, not in public, that can be fun. You can have some fun with that. But come on, girls, not in public. Number 5. So, how you talk. And make sure you don't talk nasty. Swearing, having full language, speaking like a truck driver, or being just like having this aggressive tone in your voice. Basically having masculine speech in you, you know, having full language, like swearing a lot is very masculine. Like, that is not feminine. Same thing as like having an aggressive, direct tone. That is also very, how can I say, very masculine. And men, especially rich men, they tend not to like that so much because rich men, they tend to value a lot feminine women. They find that extremely sexy and attractive. And, you know, they want to be the masculine because they have the money, they have the power. So they usually love to connect with that energy, while the women should be more feminine. Now, of course, there are exceptions to this rule. Again, I'm just saying, I'm just talking about the general rich men. Like, if you are somebody who likes to use the word fuck, like if you're somebody that you know that you are being overly aggressive, or you like to swear because maybe you think that you are being funny or you're being cool, like, don't do that. Like, you're not really winning there. Reduce that a little bit. I personally used to swear a lot, you know, in the beginning of my 20s. That was like, I don't even know why I did it. I think it was like a way of rebelling, you know. I had just kind of left home and I wanted to be cool and I thought I was funny. But actually, I was just shooting myself in the foot. I was talking like a truck driver. And like, I remember once, like, this guy told me, this wealthy guy that I was seeing back then, he's like, why do you speak like that? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, but you look like so like innocent, so sweet and humble and a lovely girl. And then when you start talking, you like swear every 2 seconds. He's like, why are you doing that? You're killing yourself. He's like, it's not attractive. Don't do it. Like, and I just felt so ashamed of myself. I just, you know, that really brought me down to earth. When I had a big reality check, I'm like, all right, I really have to pay attention now to how I behave, you know. Just because you think you're funny doesn't mean that everybody else thinks that's funny or attractive or sexy or feminine. So, worth thinking about. And now we have arrived to number 6. All right, so number 6 is basically, you girls know that I'm all about having financial assistance from men, receiving financial support, receiving materialistic gifts. I think it's very masculine when a man provides and a woman receives, and especially when a woman gives back to the man with her nurturing female energy. You know, it's a mutual exchange. This is what our life and world is built upon. Anyway, unfortunately, rich men has become so spoiled in our society today that first of all, they're not as generous as they used to be in the past, which is not good for us women. Which is actually why I want to raise my hashtag traditional feminism. But the thing is, they have become so spoiled that they become super annoyed when you start demanding too early on in the relationship or in the dating when you want to maybe have financial help or when you want to have him buy something for you. Now, this is a very tricky part, and I will definitely talk about that more in future videos. But just to quickly tap upon this, my number one rule is like, never ask anything directly to a man of what you want when it comes to finances or when it comes to gifts or anything materialistic. Always like drop hints of maybe something that you need help with or things that you would like to have one day but maybe you can't afford it. I don't know, whatever is your primary of the story. You know, when you do that, that is more of an efficient way of making them think that they are actually the ones who thought about it, when in reality, you were planting like these seeds all the time in their heads. Men get turned off when they have a woman like very early on coming and kind of demanding like, I want this, like buy me that, give me this, I want this. Open your wallet, go to the ATM. Now I'm laughing because, you know, I think that men should just like man up a bit and just understand that, listen, they are the providers, regardless of how long we're dating each other. You are the ones who are providing, full stop. But anyway, while we're dealing with the spoiled brats, while we're dealing with the modern society, well, we just have to be clever about it. We just have to kind of adapt a little bit to it. And that is not bringing up these things too early. So that is my advice to you ladies, and I hope you enjoyed all the 6 pointers that I wanted to share with you today. I will be doing more videos like this in the future, so if you still haven't subscribed, please do. And if you thought this video was of value, then feel free to give me a little like so that I know that it was appreciated. And if you want to learn more about do's and don'ts for women, I do have an online training program and the link is in the description box. So I hope to see you in my next video, and until then ladies, always stay on top of your game, because that is my number one motto in the high society.